Hello guys, it's Willie from YouTube, and today I got a story for you guys. This is story time. I'm going to tell you one of the times when I had a tenant that I moved in that really destroyed the room that he was in. And then he wants to sue me for slip and fall. But when you guys see the pictures of his actual room, this is something he did himself, self-inflicted, when you see the junk. So I've attached the pictures of his room to this video. So let's get into it. So the guy moves in, he pays rent for a couple of months, no problem. And then 1 month he decides that he's not going to pay rent. So I send him a letter saying that, his rent is past due, he owes for this much. And, I don't hear anything about it. Then afterwards, a month goes by and I don't hear anything from him. I decide to go ahead and send my property manager over there to go and have a talk with the guy. He gets over there, and the property manager, he is amazed to see what's going on in his room. And he takes a couple of pictures and he sends them to me. And of course, the tenant has a grocery list of all the reasons why he can't pay rent. And I told, I already knew that he's on social disability, so he must be getting his money from the government every month to pay rent. So there really is no excuse for him not to pay rent. But of course he had a grocery list, and he always gives the usual excuses that when I get my tax return, I'm gonna pay everything I owe. This is how much I owe. I did some gambling debts, or I got robbed. All of those silly type of excuses we like to throw at the landlord. So he sends me the pictures, and I looked at the pictures and I was like, oh my god. No wonder he slipped and fell. Look at all the junk that's in his room. That's why he slipped and fell. This is nothing that I created. This is self-inflicted. So, I just ignored it, because this is a bunch of nonsense. Then a law firm calls me and says that we have a tenant here who said they had a slip and fall and they got injured on your property. And I was like, oh, really? And then when they called me, you know what I did? I sent the law firm pictures of his room. And all of a sudden, I didn't hear anything from them. So, another month goes by, and I still didn't get any rent. Now the tenants are complaining about some mysterious smell coming from the room. So I tell the property manager, go ahead and put a post on the 24-hour inspection to his property. And we didn't get any response. So when the 24 hours was up, my property manager went inside, and lo and behold, he saw the tenant laying on his back. He looked like he was unconscious, so the property manager called the ambulance, 911, to go and have a check on him. And when 911 came over there, they tried to revive him. And, they rescued the cats, but they left him behind. I was like, why did they rescue the cats and left him behind? So the funeral came and they picked him up. So a week later, I got a phone call from the family, telling us, that this tenant has died. And, we're going to go ahead and pick up all this stuff and clean it out. I said, oh, you know what? I'm glad he's dead. That guy caused me so much frustration. They want to pay no rent. Then he's trying to sue me. Then he's trying to talk back about me. I'm glad that guy died. Shoot, man. Shoot. Feel so relieved. Kind of like when the Allies killed Hitler and now they're all relieved from the war. That guy was putting me through so much stress. And those family members, they were silent over the phone. Because they knew when they went into his room that all the mess he left behind, they didn't know all the other stuff that he was trying to do. Try to sue me and all that stuff. They were like, oh, wow, that's crazy. He did all that? Yeah, he did all that. So that's my story time about some of these tenants that want to raise up all these silly questions and stories. All this slip and fall nonsense. But now look at that. That joke that he made, that was his undoing. He slipped and fell on his own stuff. And that probably what caused him. But I don't think it was a slip and fall. You see, when he was not paying rent, he probably took that money to go and buy drugs and do all this silly stuff with it. So you see, if he paid his rent, he would have been alive. Because he wouldn't have all that money to spend on hard drugs And that's the reason why he died, because a heroin overdose. All this time talking about he wasn't going to pay rent. If he paid rent, he would have been alive. Anyways, guys, this is William from YouTube. A story I just needed to share. Thank you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.